and more frustrated, or was it something that happened right there and then?
I mean, I think I misspoke when I said that that he's corrupt or whatever. I said, you know, it's definitely emotional, but I do stand by my side. I think it's unfair, you know, how much Rafa's getting away with. I mean, I'm completely ready to play, and the clock is ticking. 3, 2, 1. You know, it's clicking towards 0, and I'm looking at the ump, and you know, I'm going to speak up and say something. I mean, I've been ready to play for a minute and a half, and he tells me that that he's not going to give him a code violation because I'm not ready to play. You know, and to me, it's a big joke. You know, if somebody says that. And then after the 4 sets, I mean, the guy goes, and for the same thing, last year I wasn't allowed to take a toilet break when I asked for a medical. He had already taken 2 medicals. He was getting medically evaluated. That's what the ump said after the 4 set, getting medically evaluated. And after the evaluation, the guy goes and takes a toilet break. And it's just like, where's the line, you know, like where are you going to step on the players and say, okay, you know. And again, I respect everything that Rafa's done, and I think he's an unbelievable player. But, you know, there's got to be some boundaries, some rules set, and it's so frustrating as a player. You know, you feel like you're not just playing against the player, you're playing against the umpires, you're playing against, you know, so much more. And it's difficult. I mean, it was a big break after the 4th set for this reason, and the momentum just goes away, and, you know, it's much more difficult to play, I think. And again, I'm not trying to say anything against Rafa. I mean, he's a great player. I really respect all he's done, but I just think it's super difficult and super frustrating as you know, as an athlete to go up against all of this.
Do you feel like he gets preferential?
This one, I mean, after the first 2 sets, it was like an hour and a half, just because it's dragged out so much after every single point. I mean, he's given so much time, you know, and in between sets and all this. I mean, it's dragged out, you know, and like I said, I mean, I literally, for the same reason, I wasn't allowed to go to the washroom last year at the Australian Open because I had called a medical. And I'm not arguing the fact that he had a medical or whatever it is, you know, but how can you get evaluated medically and have a toilet break at the same break, you know, and just causing so much delay in the game? I mean, it's not balanced, you know. There, you should be, as an umpire, you should be looking at the server, and the guy's staring me down. So I just looked at him like, "Why are you looking at me?" You know. And it was shortly after I had said, you know, obviously, like I said, I misspoke, but he was staring me down, so I felt like there was some feud or something. So I looked at him, you know, and I was just explaining that to Rafa that had nothing to do with him.
Did he say anything?
Who?
Rafa, when he came to the net.
No, he was just confused. He didn't understand what was going on. He just asked me what happened, and then there was no problem. On Rod Laver, you know, so he was definitely more comfortable out there. Yeah, I think it was just nerves. I just had to get into the match. I wasn't serving great, was struggling with the return, so the rhythm